counts.
Okay.
The takeaway is this: look, healthcare has some problems that are going to be amplified by things reaching far beyond healthcare with our population growth and retirements and how we think about healthcare in this country, how we think about wellness in this country. And my belief is that technology really is the solution to all this.
Embrace the use of technology. Be bold before it takes over your jobs.
All right, so when I go back and I look at my notes, I'm going to go back to the very first thing that was said, which was holy crap, and was screwed. And I think that a lot of things were talked about today, and I loved going from Matt to this Dr. Jones and talking about trust and how those things are critical. And I think all the conversations around AI and cyber and patient experience, I definitely think that we do need to be bold. Otherwise, the predictions for the future were a little stark at the beginning, but I think we ended up in a really good place.
I'd say let's get the self-service thing done. Finally, right? Let's come into the 21st century and actually create a digital self-service path to access. And let's put the patient at the center, truly, as opposed to our own health systems and our doctors. And we've absolutely put them at the center forever. And we gotta put the patients at the center. For real. For real.
I think we need to be leaders, be bold, do not be afraid, and believe and trust that we have it. Contribute and also engage and collaborate. All of us do it together.
So I think the theme is be bold, right? So being bold, also collaboration, working together to make this happen. And let's get it done, right? Let's just make it happen because as it was mentioned, the population is changing. So we've got to keep up with the days and technology. So
I'm going to go back to Dr. Jones' quote around every leader in healthcare needs to be a technology leader. And I think it's up to us in this room to help our peers and others in the market get to that place, and that'll help excel all of us.
I'll just go with the themes that we've already heard about that this is the best time to be at the leading edge of these technologies and that they really can make a difference for our patients.
What resonated with me was something Matt said about we are the problem. So we're going to take advantage of this, that we can think differently, lead differently, and take risks.
I'm really struck by the gulf between what we can theoretically do or nearly do and what we're actually doing. 17 weeks to get a follow-up appointment. And we're talking about AI taking over the world. People in the room are needed to bridge that gap.
Yeah, so I echo what everyone said, but I think one of the things that I heard today is start today preparing for quantum computing, and if not, you're already behind. So
let's remove barriers, break walls, get rid of the opposition, and let's do it together and learn from each other and teach each other.
To me, I learned that today the technology is there, the brilliant people are here and in this room, and that together we can make anything happen.
We have the power in the room to create the industry that we want and that our patients deserve. So let's get out there and get it done.
I think we talked a lot about being clear about the risks and the challenges that are out there, and there's so many challenges that we can't all possibly be bold and on every single thing at a time. We need to leverage each other and let each other take risks and learn from each other. So this really got to be a group effort.
I'm energized by the leadership pearls, so collaboration over competition and trust is currency.
I really like Starbucks gift cards. I also try, I think one of the things sitting here, both as a provider, or not a solution provider, but I also try and always put on how I would want this as a patient, or for my kids, or for my wife, or for my parents. And so I learned a lot today about thinking like that more.
There's so many, it's hard for me to choose. I'm just like really noodling on these call center stats around just going all in. Because that a fear culture has really invaded the decision making on going all in on some of these solutions that are going to work and create satisfaction and ROI, and we got to get going. So I think I love that fear-based decision making and how much of that's getting in the way. It is a huge takeaway, and then for me, it's driving this innovative technology back at the organization. So both of those have really landed with me.
Yeah, one was on the cyber front, echoing that it's not a matter of if, but when. Planning for that recovery, super important. Second, thinking about how our patients consume day-to-day life, all their services, and not being afraid to be bold and transform how we provide care.
So I'm going to be short, right? So I think it's extremely important for us to realize this is the best time for technologists, especially for healthcare technologists, because this area needs to change the most. And I think be bold, think out of the box, be creative, and let's do it.
Boy, I've been taking notes all day long in preparation for this, but I summarized in 10 words. Certainly be bold and be brave, and coach our other leaders in our organizations of how to use data, how to use AI, and doing such a innovative but yet ethical approach, and really change healthcare. When Matt kicked us off, he talked about some statistics about the workforce and how do we make these changes to really streamline the delivery of healthcare across our country and not just on individual organizations.
As you said, it's a great time to be in technology, but I think we've all got to change our mindsets. I think too many times when we talk technology, we don't talk business terms and use cases and what people really want to know. And we've got to drag people into this. We need to be cheap translators sometimes and help them translate into a value, whatever that value might be. And we need to over-index on those things and spend a lot more time there and a lot less time talking about technology. And I think as an industry, we do it to ourselves, right? We talk about AI. I don't know, what is that? I don't know. So a lot of those things, I think the call center stats that Matt threw out, we've been talking with Israel and folks, and he kind of re-energized to go back and force some people to say, why can't we do this? Instead of asking them, should we do it? Kind of put them into a corner and say, why can't we take a third of our call center staff out? You need to defend why we won't do this, otherwise maybe we should be working on some of these things. So maybe changing the dialogue a little bit.
I'm just excited about all the different ideas that are shared during these meetings, but one of my big takeaways was that when it comes to cybersecurity, planning for the defense and the recovery, planning for the recovery is more important than worrying about the defense. I thought that was a really big takeaway.
I'm getting better at this, I've learned. I think I feel very good about our future in healthcare because we have so many brilliant people attacking the problem. My one statement would be, don't let the fear of perfection stop you from starting. Nothing starts with perfection, but it will end with perfection, but the key is get it started.
We certainly have a lot of work to do, but it is a great time to be in technology, and it's a great time to be a Chime Foundation partner, so we can really work together.
Okay, go.
My biggest takeaway is that there are a lot of challenges and complexities that are going to continue to just exponentially grow, and it really is going to take some bold change for us to address them and actually make a change.
A couple things. First, I need to call my CEO and tell her that she's going to ask how we're going to survive a 20-day outage. Since it's direct from Joint Commission. I also just want to echo the thought that our consumers expect this of us, and so while we're sitting in boardrooms and other discussions around the risks, this needs to happen, and it needs to happen for all of the critical problems to solve in the industry.
Again, be bold, be brave. I really like the quote that the technology is the worst that it's ever going to be. It's just going to keep getting better. I do like the quote that technology is the solution. I think in healthcare, we've dealt with a lot of problems over the years, but right now, we're at a critical point where technology really can be that solution. And we have the ability right now to change the way healthcare is being done, to move away from sickness care to wellness care.
Yeah, just wanted to emphasize the same mention that, in leading healthcare systems, everyone has to be a technology leader, and really putting the patient and thinking about that patient experience and engagement. That's really resonant.
I think this is kind of a reminder from the boot camp. Is just we have to quit expecting our patients to tolerate things that we wouldn't tolerate in any other area of our lives, especially when it comes to that delivery and technology and where we're going.
I'll quote my CEO, don't use garbage data, and please give people the option not to talk on the phone and keep your network secure.
My biggest takeaway was just the reminder that patients are why we are all here, and figuring out what actually incentivizes the patients to take the best care of their health. I think it's just a really good reminder for everyone.